So, welcome dear viewers, I'm Xnick, streaming the final, or the 5th episode of the Devotion series. Maybe not the final, is it? Okay, today's is all about Hazoret. Let's see how is she doing today. Hazoret the Fervent, 5/4, 4 mana, legendary god, indestructible haste. And we need to have one or few cards in hand to be able to attack or block with her, but she can activate a 3 mana ability, discard a card and deal 2 damage to each opponent, thus enabling us to reduce our cards in hand. But the whole deck is built around this effect. So let's take a quick view. So from Amonkhet we have the Flameblade Adept, Menace, 1 mana, 1/2, and grows whenever we cycle or discard. Then Insolent Neonate, a nice vampire in red with Menace 2, and we can discard and sacrifice this guy to draw a card. So it's a discard enabler. Then we are going to go with Bomat Courier, a 1 mana, a generic mana that has haste, and when it attacks exiles 1 card. But important thing to note is that we don't know what card is exiled until we later on we sacrifice our Bomat Courier by discarding our hand and paying 1 red mana, and then we get all the exiled cards back to us. 1 copy of Renegade map, one of the targets in case we want to discard something that we are not going to use and we have plenty of lands already, then we discard. Otherwise we use the map to get some land. Lightning Axe, 5 mana to target creature by 1 red or 5 additional mana or discarding a card. Then Furry Blade Vampire, 2 mana, 1/2, has trample, and we can choose to discard a card whenever we are about to attack. And if we do so, she gets +3/+0, becoming a 5/2 trampler and discarding cards we want to discard. Then Lupine Prototype, can't attack or block unless player has no cards in hand, but that's exactly what Hazoret is looking for. So we are carrying this, 2 mana, 5/5. Wow. Okay, as Smuggler's Sculpture, 2 mana, 3/3, flying, cruise by 1, and when we attack or block, we can draw and discard. Key to the City, 1 copy. This is a very good card, but our deck is going all in with Hazoret, so we are running just a single copy. We can tap this guy to and discard a card to make one of our creatures unblockable, and then when we during the upkeep probably we untap this guy, we can pay 2 and draw additional cards. Abyssines, 2 mana sorcery spell that deals 2 damage divided as we want between any number of targets, but if we use the Madness keyword we pay X to deal X damage. This I was testing this spell, is not as good as it looks for this deck, but still we keep 1 copy for the times of need. But by paying 2 mana we are dealing 2 damage. If we use Madness and want to do exactly the same, we have to pay 3 mana. So if we want to benefit from the Madness, we should be paying 4 mana to have more damage than just paying the regular cost. But anyways, it can see play. Then we have Bloodbath Vampire, 4/1 for just 3 mana, and whenever this deals damage it gains counters and also can be played by Madness by merely 2. Treasure Lizard, a nice card that also benefits for us running low cards in hand, but we just have 1 single copy for 3 mana. Is a 3/2 that gains +1/+2 if we have 1 or fewer cards in hand. Abandon Reason, an instant that gives +1 and first strike to up to 2 target creatures and has Madness for 2, so pretty nice. Now this is one of the best Madness spells because it's a Fire Temper. For 3 mana we deal 3 damage at instant speed to any target, but if Madness is activated it's just 1 red. Charisma Expertise, well, maybe works. For 3 mana, we get the gain control of target creature or vehicle until end of turn. We of course can attack with that, stolen good, and also we get to play something from our hand with converted mana cost 2 or less. I still couldn't play this card, but we'll see. This deck is still under testing. Account Fervent, 4 mana 3/3 with flying haste, but the downside is that this guy must attack if possible. That also, if this guy goes to the graveyard, we can, during landfall, or that means whenever a land enters the battlefield, we can pay 6 mana and this guy returns. So it's, maybe sometimes we just want to send it struck to the graveyard. Avaricious Dragon has flying 4/4 for 4 mana. It's a very good decent stats, and also it's going to force us to discard all of our cards at the end step, and we draw an additional card at the beginning of our turn. So it combines very nicely with Hazoret. There she is. Then Girapor, no, you're not Girapor. Girapor Orrery. I don't know how to say this thing, sorry guys. So this guy allows us to play additional lands, but it also lets the opponent play additional lands, so it's a two-sided sword. We have to be careful with this. Also, if our hand is empty at the beginning of the upkeep, we draw 3 cards, but so does the opponent, so it's a pretty tricky card to use. Maybe we just want to discard the Orrery most of the times. Then Chandra, a very complex planeswalker that grants the ability to accelerate our draws somehow, giving us mana, killing some creatures, or sometimes, I have never seen this played, the emblem can close the game pretty quickly, but well, I still have to see this getting done. The other abilities are way so good that the game is over before you get Chandra to 7. Then a couple more of Madness Vampires with haste. They have haste for 3, pretty decent stats for just 3 mana if we do play with them with Madness. And finally, Bedlam Reveler, 1 copy. It costs 8 mana, but it receives a discount if we have instants and sorceries in the graveyard, and also he has power. This guy has prowess, and also we discard our hand when this is played, and then we draw 3 more cards. So this is an all-in deck that tries to find Hazoret pretty fast and swing with a lot of damage. Then we also have Hunger Battlements that has the ability to give haste to some of our creatures. Draw on your temple in case we discard 1 land. Maybe we discard this guy, and then at some point, if the game is going slow, it can return to the battlefield from the graveyard. And Looming Spires to sometimes push a little extra damage and giving first strike to our creatures. I'm not too sure about Looming Spires because it enters tapped in, and the curve here is pretty low. Well, we have to test how this goes. So let's jump into the games and see how it goes. So hurry before the player base starts decreasing to dramatic levels. So I hope you are enjoying this. I know that I don't have a schedule, but I'm trying to stream mostly because this is faster than me recording and then editing the games, but I still want to do that. But please feel free to say anything that you want. Any critic is going to be very welcome. Let's see what is the game now. We're going to be playing against humans with red and white and lots of auras, I know. So 2 mana, we would like more mana here, but we have the dragon and Chandra. I think we keep this because also we have the Fireblade Vampire that enables the Bloodmud Vampire. That's a very strong start, provided our Fireblade is not killed on the first turns. Opponent with Renegade map. Is he going to be Red-White Revolt, perhaps? Alright. Looming Spires. No, it's a bit slow for this point in the game. So we skip up to our second main phase. Otherwise, if we play this first main phase, the game asks if we want to discard, but we are not going to do that. Okay, opponent finds plains. Come on, I know you have a plains. No, it's a forest. Oh no, the opponent has tricked me. This is unbelievable. I'm going to lose because the opponent chose a very strange and weird background, and I'm all confused. Okay, power to the Fireblade. Hopefully the opponent cannot kill her. Okay, this is weaker than the Fireblade, but we are going to play the Bloodmad Vampire anyways. And of course, Vampire deck with this idea would be much stronger than doing Hazoret. Sorry, dear goddess, but that's the truth. You're not meant to be playing with the vampires, but the madness is very strong on its own. But still, we love you. We love Hazoret. We want to see her coming up and dealing damage. So opponent already at 15, and we have, well, quite a board. Of course, if the opponent has red removal spells, Bloodmad Vampire is not going to stand any of the damage dealing spells, and 2 for the Fury Blade is not very impressive. Here comes the Hippo. Now here we have an interesting choice, but probably we want our Chandra out. Take care of this guy. Goodbye, Hippo. I'm sorry, I don't like hurting Hippopotamus, but we cannot have that guy on the way. Let's throw away this temple. Now we hit for 8. This guy is going to gain a counter, and we have Chandra in play plus these 2. It's just too much. And Lightning Axe should be able to deal with any creature the opponent plays now, unless that said creature has hexproof. Only thing is that in order for us to play the Lightning Axes, we have to discard something. We also have the dragon for backup. So apparently I think this game is about to end. Let's see if the opponent has something to save his neck. 4 mana with green and red. Could be a lot of waste. No, that's not going to save the opponent, and that's game. Even this guy has trampled another one. We can even Steven. Lightning Axe. We can pay the 5 actually. Okay. We discard your sister and win the game. The problem with the red deck is that there's no time to do fancy stuff. It's just too fast. Let's go to our next game soon. I want to... this is too loud for me. Okay. There we go. Hazoret, you haven't showed up, and we still won because red is so strong. Okay, we need more games. We need to have fun. Okay, Bob is... oh, sorry Bob, I didn't see you before. Bob is saying, hiya, Exnick, good luck, thank you very much. I hope you have enjoyed this game. And this one is for... oh, is this the same opponent? I hope it's not. I don't recall the name, but it's the exact same aspect. Alright. We should mulligan this. with a single land, and this is a similar situation to the one before, but this time we have the renegade map for our turn 1 play. This could be the same player, I don't know. Let's type in the chat, thank you, Bob. Okay, it works apparently. So I should say that I'm running with dual monitors, and this setup is still not optimal. I think I need to figure some stuff to do it better. Okay, I kind of imagine that if our opponent is going for a ramp style of deck, playing the orrery is not going to be great. We don't want the opponent to be being able to play more cards than necessary. Let's drop her, and next turn, well, I can always, I think I want to activate the map, so we filter out basic lands from our deck. It's a small improvement on the draw chances of other cards. Let's see what the opponent plays now. Okay, Bob says that my deck is fast. I agree. It's not the fastest of the deck, but it has a pretty low curve. If you are trying to go fast, go red and vampires, and maybe you can even add black vampires, that they are pretty hasty too. But I have to admit that this deck was designed before the Amonkhet expansion. It already works without Hazoret. I've added a few Amonkhet cards. Let's go Bloodmouth Vampire. Even if we had the mana to pay the full cost of the Bloodmouth, we get the activated effect for the Fury Blade. That's why I played the Madness. Then we can swing for 4, and since she has trample, even if the opponent blocks, it will still take 3. Now he has the Ronas, then that's a concern, giving +2/+2 to the creatures. If he has, I mean, 3 creatures that normally would cost 2 mana, he can drop all of them together and make this guy huge. So probably we want to drop the Firebird next turn and ship away this Ori. We don't need this. So we make the Fury Blade larger. Let's see. The opponent pretty much requires a Twin Bolt or some other. Oh no, it's ramping even more. Maybe we want the Orrery. If the opponent is not drawing the lands, then we are good. Maybe we just wait. Let's see what we draw first. It's a Bomat Courier. Bomat Courier is interesting here. Not sure what to do. I don't know what is the best play here. I like the Firebird because it's going to put a lot of pressure on the opponent. I don't know if I want to discard the Orrery. Maybe I throw away the Reveler, but we only have 1 Reveler in the deck. We have more lands in the deck. So let's try going like this. And this guy just dies to this, so we keep this one back for the time being. Okay, now the opponent has to do something about our cards, otherwise he's going to be in lots of pain. But he already has 6 mana with the Ronas, giving the opponent a huge discount. Okay, here it comes. This, well, it's a dragon for 4, has improvise, so he can cast him by tapping the monument for 5. So he has 1 mana left. Our Firebird is forced to attack. Let's see if he wants to swing with the guide. I imagine he probably does not want to do that. Another... So if we draw some of our removal spells, we are going to be happy. Are you going to swing for 5? This guy can grow pretty quick, so next turn he could hit us for up to 10. Then that will be 15 damage, but this guy has trample, and blocking with a 1 toughness guy is not going to do much for us. Therefore, we just skip the blocking here. Alright, what now? Probably we send the Bomat courier out, see what happens. We want to discard some of these two. What is it going to be? I think the Reveler, because our graveyard is pretty lame as it is now. Therefore, goodbye Bedlam Reveler. We just want to put a lot of pressure against the opponent, so we attack with everybody here. He can only block 2 of our guys, and any of them attacking is going to be painful for the opponent. Of course, then we have to receive the pump up from the Free Jump Regent. Let's see, this one blocks here, but still 2 damage is going to pass through. Okay, he decides to block the Blood Vampire. Alright, we are going to drop you. So, unless the opponent blows up the Orrery, we should be drawing a lot of cards next turn. Well, he could play a blue card and a bounce spell, but I don't think that's going to happen. Oh, come on. Get wrecked. Get Reclamation Sage. The most played card besides lands should be the Reclamation Sage. It's a bit... I'm tired of that card, but I don't mind. We still have 1 card hidden here. Only thing is that we have to sacrifice the... Insult! That's 14 damage coming up towards us. Ouchies. But I think the opponent has no blockers that can save him. Alright. Okay, we attack first. We discard the mountain, and that should be game. I imagine what's going to happen. We don't know. Let's see what happens. Why don't you save some blockers, opponent? Do you have a fog? Do you have a flash creature? 1 mana red burn that can kill one of my guys? It's not going to be enough. And game over. Alright. So we got a bit lucky there. Of course, Reclamation Sage is to be expected on every deck that runs greens. Let's see one more time. We want to see Hazoret out there. Come on, Hazoret, show up, please. Come on already. Where are you? Supposedly. I can display the card in the screen. Let's see if that works. Okay, there you are. We want you to show up. Hazoret, come on. Where are you? Here, thank you. Yeah, you see, we just needed to call for her, and there she is. And actually, this is a very good hand, so let's keep it. We have a 1 mana play, 2 mana plays. Hazoret requires 4 lands. Well, we are going to get that at some point. Go Neonate. Oh my dog. So we have a 3 mana play now. As long as the Fury Blade stays on play, we can madness this guy on turn. This is going to be... We can even... We don't need the Fury Blade, we can always sacrifice the Neonate. But why? Why would we... what would we? Okay, first we attack. There's no blocking possible here. But still it's a good idea to attack before playing in this type of decks. Can't block, sorry guy, this Neonate has menace. We now try to play the Fury Blade. Opponent going for apparently tokens plus acceleration, perhaps some other color alongside, but he has Evolving Wilds. He fetched the green. Don't know. Let's see. Either have, so it could be any color now. It's blue, but he maybe blue or green energy tokens. It's a possibility. So if we send the Jouts now, they should trade with this other guy. Seems fair. Let's try to do that. Yes. That means if that's the case, then these two are going to connect for 5 damage to the opponent. Let's see. Unless the opponent, he's not forced to block. If he runs life gain, maybe he wants to save the guys. No, this is as expected. Then next turn, we want to have Hazoret in play as soon as possible. Then we can discard the prototype and have Hazoret attacking next turn and keep the dragon in hand, but we are going to draw one more card, so I don't think we can attack with Hazoret as with the current cards. Maybe we find something that we can use. So far opponent is still on green, but he has blue cards too. And more ramps is going to happen. Weavers of Currents. So this is probably a Yulamog deck. Alrighty then. So since Hazoret's she's not going to be able to attack now, so we play the prototype. We could grant haste for the prototype, but even then we cannot swing with that. Now we shoot down the Sylvan Advocate with the Fire Temper. That's the most problematic of the creatures from the opponent's side. Of course, these two provide mana to the opponent, but this guy could block our attackers later on. So let's see. The opponent could trade here, but he gives up on the 2 mana from the Weaver of Currents. So maybe he has a huge play. He has 3 mana from the creatures plus all the lands. So we could be looking at something very scary now. But we are putting him against the ropes with 9 life total. Then next turn we are going to be able to send Hazoret in, and she is indestructible, so we don't have to worry. Only bounce spells will be problematic for Hazoret, and I don't think the opponent runs a bounce spell. So he needs, probably is starving mana, because if he taps these 2, then he has no blockers. So, okay, Hazoret, okay, Walking Ballista is a good move, but he can, if he, okay, he tapped this, That's fair. So 3, he can block 1, take down some of the others. Okay, let's see what we are drawing now. Cool. What to do here? Let's play this. We have to play the Looming Spires or discard the Looming Spires. What to do here? I guess... well, we have the dragon for later. Therefore, we're going to discard Looming Spires to make this guy larger. He's going to ping these 2. Okay, that means that the Hazoret, well, we can still discard something so Hazoret can attack. Let's do that. Yeah, come on. Hazoret, you deserve it. We love you. You are our idol. We're going to send you to Insolent Neonate. Yeah, the guy, look at him. He's looking so... kill this guy, opponent. Come on, ping this guy. There you go. So Walking Ballista is no longer a concern to us. Then we should be able to attack with Prototype or even ping the opponent with Hazoret. Woodland Bellower into Reclamation Sage to kill the Lupine Prototype. So original, come on opponents, do something nicer. You have green, come on. Maybe he wants Sylvan Advocate, no. Rogue Refiner. Alright, that's good. Thank you opponent for not playing the Reclamation Sage. Thank you very much. Okay, we are still at 20 and we should be... oh, which one of these 2 is better for us? Let's go Dragon now. This thing gives the opponent some advantage, so let's send Hazoret. Okay, decent block, of course, and we discard this. We don't care. Now our Lupine Prototype is enabled. Tireless Tracker. Okay, the opponent should be leaving, but he needs something that can block the air. Of course, he has the Westvale Abbey. He could defeat us with the Westvale Abbey here, so we have to hurry up. We are going to be drawing 2 cards. We can give haste to one of our Lightning Axe plus the map. Okay, then do we want the map? Of course not. Discard the Renegade map. And we have to attack with everything because otherwise the Westvale Abbey could flip. Okay then. So, what the opponent's going to open one of the clues, but that's not enough. Another clue, so these 2 trades. Alright, I like this game for many reasons. First, we got to play Hazoret. Second, the opponent is playing an original deck, so thank you very much, even if we lose. And we still have not won. If the opponent can block in the air somehow and maybe provide some blockers for Hazoret, this is still not over. But okay, Hazoret can be can ping the opponent. So what the opponent requires now is life gain of some sort, but okay, Hazoret defeated the opponent. Very good. So we can play this. We can shoot the opponent with the mountain into the head. Maybe we just do that. Okay, so no flash creatures. So that could also be a play, tapping down our guys. But this deck doesn't seem to run that. Alright, so that's going to be it for today. We are going to ship away with our winning streak. I hope you have enjoyed, but before, just to show you, it would be nice if after the game we could see this card, but it's going to remain tapped forever, so we don't know what is this card. Yeah, it's a pity because the game already has finished, but okay, according to well, I don't know, there are lots of rules for face down cards in the game, but I guess that they don't apply to Magic Duels. So no more games for today, but just to give you a sneak preview of one of the upcoming videos. So this is not over the Devotion series. Ta-da-da-da! Bonus! This is going to be shown on a following game. This is still under testing, but you should already be imagining what is this about. That's right. We are running all of the gods together. So stay tuned for our next episode of the Devotion series. So don't forget to leave your comments, subscribe if you think it's interesting, whatever. I take anything. So see you soon. Sayonara.